I'd like to go through order of protocol. The Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, ably represented by Mr. Deputy Governor, Dr. Obafemi Kadra Hamzat. I'd also like to mention and acknowledge the members of the diplomatic missions, embassies, and consul generals, the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Right Honorable Dr. Mudashiru Obasa, ably represented by the Chairman, House Committee on Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment, Honorable Mustanu Abiodun Tobu. All members of the Lagos State Executive Council here present, Chairman of Statutory Commissions, members of the body of permanent secretaries here present, particularly the Permanent Secretary for Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment, Dr. Olugbemiga Ayola Aino. Special Advisor to Mr. President on PEBEC and Investment, Dr. Jumoke Oduwole. All invited speakers here present, particularly the Comptroller of Customs, Mr. Adewale Adeniyi, the representatives of the Governor of Central Bank, Director General of the Standard Organization of Nigeria and NAFDAC, service commanders and the Commissioner of Police here in Lagos State, the President and leaders of national, bilateral and multilateral chambers of commerce and industry, the Managing Director of Woodhall Capital Limited, Mrs. Mojisola Humponu Wusu, Publisher of Business Day newspapers, Mr. Frank Abogum, distinguished captains of industries and business leaders here present, Chairman of Local Government and Local Council Development Areas, the State Chairman and Executive Members of all Progressive Congress, APC, members of the State Governor Advisory Council, leaders and representatives of business membership organizations, BMO, your Royal Majesties and other fathers, royal fathers here present, top government functionaries, heads of ministerial agencies and extra ministerial departments, all religious and community leaders here in attendance, the management and staff of the Ministry of Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investments, the Managing Director of Polaris Bank, distinguished guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my pleasure to welcome you to the 9th Extraordinary Lagos Corporate Assembly, which is also the 4th in the series of the BOS Meets with the Business Community by the administration of our amiable Mr. Governor, Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, and Mr. Deputy Governor, Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat. Without doubt, the Corporate Assembly has become a very effective and credible public-private engagement platform through which the state, Lagos State government, and the business community interact and discuss issues that are critical to the ease of doing business and business prosperity in the state. Permit me to especially appreciate all attendees who added great value to the last year's edition. Indeed, your contributions and feedback helped us in no small way to improve on our service towards making Lagos State a safe haven for your investments and businesses. Let me assure you that all issues raised at the last edition have been addressed and are being addressed, as promised by Mr. Governor. You see, here in Lagos, we understand the language of business and what we need to do to attract and retain our investors and businesses. This is why Lagos still retains its position as the economic capital of Nigeria in terms of trade, finance, commerce, the international gateway, and the key status as the operational headquarters of many multinationals and Fortune 100 companies. This is importantly the reason why we are gathered here today. The Lagos Corporate Assembly, LCA, is designed as a public-private engagement where business issues impeding the business environment are surfaced and tackled by the private sector in a cohesive manner and discussed with Mr. Governor, who gives immediate directives to the responsible ministries, departments of agencies, and MDAs for resolution. The LCA Assembly exemplifies the collaborative spirit between the public and private sectors, a partnership critical to the socio-economic advancement of Lagos State. This is why the Assembly has become a potent tool for fostering a harmonious relationship between the Lagos State government and the organized private sector. Today's gathering not only offers an invaluable opportunity for a further round of deliberations that are crucial to our mutual interests, but it is also particularly extraordinary because Mr. Governor has invited key federal government agencies whose roles are critical to the ease of doing business to interface with the representatives of the Lagos business community. This is an unprecedented move. Mr. Governor promised and is fulfilling that promise today. Without doubt, Lagos State has been at the forefront of promoting the ease of doing business reforms in Nigeria over the years. And I'm very pleased to state that according to the World Bank's Subnational Doing Business Report, Lagos State applied and fully met all criteria to qualify for the first phase of the World Bank-funded State Action on Business Enabling Reform SABA program. I think that deserves a round of applause. Thank you. Lagos State has a very strong strategy, a 30-year strategy, lsdp2052.com. Lagos State has implemented key reforms which cover land administration, obtaining development permits, electronic payment of taxes and levies, quick determination and resolution of commercial disputes, among many others. We are quite confident that these and other reforms will score the state high on the other forthcoming SABA result areas and disbursement-linked indicators. And more so, according to Time Out magazine in the UK, Lagos State was ranked 19th best city in 2024 to be visited out of 173 global cities, surveyed using qualitative and quantitative factors. Under Mr. Governor's leadership, Lagos State government's GDP has grown from 27 trillion to 41 trillion. Again, that deserves another round of applause. This phenomenal growth has been made possible by initiating and implementing deliberate policies and intentional strategies to facilitate the ease of doing business and promoting a conducive environment that continues to attract investments into the state, including the establishment of the Lagos International Financial Center, chaired by Mr. Governor and co-chaired by Mr. Ike Amokwede. To further strengthen the state's delivery capacity, the Ministry of Commerce, Cooperatives, Trade and Investment, MCCTI, is in the process of constituting an ease of doing business team that will be tasked with interfacing with stakeholders in the business community via a one-stop shop virtual interface. This will be technology-driven to meet the demand of the highly digitized local and global investors community. The virtual one-stop shop interface will be enabled with robust connectivity to strategic global business gateways and to enhance the state of the global business communities. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as the nation's commercial hub and economic powerhouse, we recognize that a wholesome operating environment is key to job creation, poverty eradication, and overall economic development. I, along with all my colleagues, am more than confident that the present administration, under the able leadership of Mr. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and Mr. Deputy Governor Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat, will stop at nothing to sustain and further build on the current milestones achieved. We will continue to build on the major drivers of the state's economy, increasing the contributions of the manufacturing sector, road transportation, building construction, wholesale and retail, telecommunications, financial institutions, and real estate. As an implementing ministry, MCTTI will continue to interface with other ministries, departments, and agencies here in the state, across other states of the Federation and at the federal level, including relevant local, international institutions alike. We will continue to collaborate with bilateral and multilateral chambers of commerce and industry to achieve and sustain the objectives of having an enabling environment where doing business in Lagos will be much more easier. We hope to move steps higher on the ladder when the next report is unveiled. In conclusion, let me particularly thank Mr. Governor and Mr. Deputy Governor for their vision, their commitment to a private sector-driven economy in Lagos State. I must reaffirm the administration's unwavering commitment to creating a conducive business environment in Lagos State. I urge you all to remain engaged with us, continue to provide constructive feedback, work with us in this noble endeavor, and together we shall continue to make Lagos State a model city of excellence, a model mega city of excellence, and the most attractive destination for businesses and innovation in Africa. And on this note, I thank you and I look forward to a fruitful discussion. Igbega, Ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, Ajumosheni. Thank you.